Oh, we're so back, baby. Bitcoin hit another all-time high for the cycle, 123K. Heck, by the time you're watching this, it might hit even another new all-time high. And I know you're feeling it. Hearts racing, fingers twitching, thinking, damn, this is it. My dog coins are gonna go to the moon, finally. Time to bet the farm on micro caps. Let's effing get it. I do think we are currently heading into a bit of a stage of altcoin euphoria. I mean, look, XRP's pumping like insane this week. ETH, oh my gosh. But before you sell the dog for dog coins, or even worse, a kidney to ape into the next 100x moonshot, give me a few minutes first. Let me show you what's actually going on under the hood right now in the market and how I think that this particular altcoin move might end up playing out. Okay? You don't want to miss this, so make sure to stay tuned. And I know what you're thinking. Balark, come on, man. All the altcoins are green right now. What are you even talking about here, dog? We're going to the moon. Everything's up. This is it. Look, guys, we sent Cardano to $100 billion effing dollars last cycle for basically a clean 100x, and the damn thing didn't even have smart contracts when we did it. Dream a little bigger, darling. And right now, the majority of coins are anywhere from 40 to like 70% under their all-time highs. Look at Ethereum, look at Solana. These things are still ages away from all-time highs. Don't even get me started on shit like AVAX and Cardano. These things are so far underwater, it's nuts. You've probably heard a lot of hype saying, yes, we're gonna go to the moon. This is how we retire your bloodline. Makes great posts on X, okay? But let's talk about the truth of it, okay? Look, unless you have a crystal ball, there's no way to be certain about really anything in markets, obviously, right? But we can try to infer from certain data points what we could see happen. We do have the charts to help us make informed decisions, right? It's like poker. What's the statistical odds of something playing out? One of the lesser talked about charts is the crypto total market cap, which excludes the top 10, the others chart. Now, the name, as it suggests, is the combined market value of all the cryptocurrencies other than the largest 10 by market capitalization. Very indicative of what's going on in the actual altcoin space, okay? This is interesting for people looking for more than the boring 5x from, holding some of the big cap stuff. People want to make life-changing gains. They want the smaller market cap shit. The better chance of getting a 10, 20, 50, 100x move. If you look at the charts, the total crypto market cap is around $3.8 trillion right now. But when you exclude the top 10 coins, the rest of the market, everything from mid caps to micro caps to $10,000 market cap dog coins, okay? All that stuff combined is still under $300 billion. Now it tells us something big. The big players like Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and Solana. In fact, apparently the TradFi bros call it the big four and everything else. Okay, they still dominate capital flow, trading flow, everything. The smaller altcoins have not really had very significant moves. Yes, there's outliers, but we're talking on the broad scope here. Here's something interesting happening beneath the surface. If you look at the Bollinger Bands, great indicator of volatility, and more importantly, Bollinger Band width, you'll notice a rare setup. Right now on the monthly chart of the total, okay, excluding the top 10, the others chart, the Bollinger Band width has been at its lowest point ever. The amount of pessimism on altcoins has never been higher, essentially. For those unfamiliar, Bollinger Bands are a volatility tool. They consist of a middle band, which is a simple moving average, and two outer bands that expand and contract depending on how volatile the market actually is at a given time. So when things are quiet, the bands contract. Low periods of volatility. When volatility kicks in, they widen, but that contraction tends to indicate that volatility is coming, okay? Now, if you have a contraction in a down market, you would assume that's going to be down. If you have a contraction in an up market, probably going to go to the upside, okay? The Bollinger Band width is a separate metric that measures the distance between those two outer bands. The lower the BBW, the tighter the range, the more coiled the market becomes, the more likely that a highly volatile move is going to follow. It doesn't predict direction, but again, look at what direction the market's trending in. You generally get a good idea of what we could expect for that compression breakout. Now, before we get into this next part of the conversation here, if you're trading these cryptocurrency markets, I know that's you. You need a very good, reliable exchange to trade on, one that might even be available to you wherever you live, and one that's got very low fees. That exchange is called Femex, OG Cryptocurrency Exchange. I've been using these guys for years to do futures trading. It's available to everyone, everywhere. In some cases, you might need a VPN, okay? Now, here's the deal. Crazy deal, so listen up, especially if you're trading a lot, because this can really hit your bottom line. If you sign up using the link right down below here, you are going to get VIP level 2 access straight away. What's that going to give you? It's going to give you a 50% discount on your spot trading fees and a 40% discount on your futures trading fees. This is massive and adds up big time, okay? So if you're trading a lot, that's a huge deal. You know it is. You know how much money that's going to save you. Second, you'll also get up to $30,000 in deposit and trading bonuses, which sounds like a crazy number. But realistically, you deposit crypto, they're going to give you cash back. You trade a lot, they're going to give you cash back. And the more you do those two things, the more likely it is you're going to get more and more rewards. Link down below. Go check it out. Okay, now look, guys. Here's the interesting part in all this. When price finally makes a move after a long period of compression for the Bollinger Bands, it often heads straight toward either the upper or the lower band, almost like those bands act as magnets or kind of soft targets. And right now, the bands are so tight that even a tiny move could look like an explosive move on the chart. Okay, which is exactly what we're heading into right now. And here's the good news. Looking at the monthly chart, the last two times that the Bollinger Band width dipped this low, April 2020 and December 2023. Okay, in those scenarios, altcoins went on massive rallies. Look, obviously nothing's guaranteed in markets, but ask yourself what's been happening in markets recently and what do you think is the most likely scenario? Because historically, when the market compresses this tightly, it doesn't stay quiet for long, and we are seeing a bit of a waking up now. But again, a little bit of a waking up is not full-blown mania, but we could be heading in that direction. The volume has never been this high either. It's higher than the 2021 peak for altcoins. That's insane, man. Is altcoin season just around the corner? The altcoin season of promise? Maybe, but try not to think of it like that. Think of it more just as there are periods of extreme risk on and periods of extreme risk off. And you have to take your money during those periods. You have to take your profits, or the market is damn well going to take it for you. Okay? Always remember that. And can I say too, you're not a genius. It's just a bull market. It's smart to be in a bull market, but keep it in mind. Now let's backtrack just a little bit here, because a couple of bullish charts in of themselves do not make an altcoin season. You've probably used this chart before. The path to altcoin has been the go-to chart to predict where money will flow next. Money goes to Bitcoin, causing a surge. Then it goes to Ethereum, wherein ETH has a big period of outperformance, and ETH, like Bitcoin, when it moves, it tends to move pretty hard and fast. Then money flows into the other large cap coins, Solana, XRP, etc. Then, of course, the much awaited broader altcoin season, where the others, all the altcoins excluding the top 10, actually start doing something. Basically, a time when you close your eyes, pick a random coin, and voila. And then you wake up the next day and you've magically doubled your money. Go ahead and tell your boss, I'm done. Doubled money on dog coins. I'm out of here, man. Yeah, I know. I can hear the angry people from the bleachers saying this pattern is broken and ETH is definitely not the coin it once was, and its impact on the market is not what it once was. Solana is much more important now. I get that. I know this cycle's been really weird. A lot of things aren't playing out like they did last time. Okay? No market repeats. They do often rhyme, and it's certainly not over yet. Okay? So we're not exactly sure if it's the time to throw in the towel on this chart. Say, get out of here, chart. We're done with you. You're not relevant anymore. But maybe it still has some relevance. At the very least, it has relevance in the sense that money flows from the top down. Okay? Maybe Ethereum doesn't have the same relevance that it did before in this chart, but the general idea holds true. Number two, take a look at this chart. It's the Bitcoin dominance chart. But instead of bars, we're using lines so you can more clearly see the trend. Notice that Bitcoin has not broken the uptrend since breaking out from 30K. Now, that's a big part of the reason why we haven't seen a huge move for altcoins yet. Okay? Now, you might say, well, that's simply because ETH hasn't moved significantly enough, and look, Bitcoin dominance is falling off this week. Don't make a mistake. But there's no real crazy altcoin euphoria, certainly nothing comparable to what we saw for months and weeks on end last cycle. The silver lining is that at the time of recording, Bitcoin dominance is falling pretty fast and hard, and the others chart is pointing significantly up. So keep an eye on this. Once the uptrend significantly breaks, expect some fireworks, okay? One of the reasons why Bitcoin is sucking all the air out of the room right now, of course, is because of massive demand. We have ETFs, we have treasury companies, we have countries. It's getting pretty crazy out here, man, to be honest. And now it's happening for altcoins too. But according to BitBo, 186 entities now hold more than 16% of the supply of Bitcoin. Last week alone, crypto investment products from major asset managers, the BlackRock and Fidelity and all these different characters, these guys pulled in some significant money. They saw a combined $3.7 billion in net inflows into their products, with Bitcoin accounting for 73% of that total. But the same forces driving Bitcoin's rally are starting to show up in the altcoin markets. And we've been talking about this literally for months on the channel. I'm sure you've been paying attention. Now, it's not happening at the same scale yet. We did just have, though, a record day of Ethereum inflows. Ethereum ETF inflows hit $725 million, the biggest day ever. Okay, so spot Ethereum ETFs are finally gaining traction. It's a big deal. Meanwhile, publicly traded companies like SharpLink Gaming, Bitmine, they're buying crazy amounts of ETH. It's happening not just for Ethereum. Solana Global Investments, Upexi. These guys have been doubling down on Solana and buying millions of Solana. Now analysts are predicting 95% probability that several altcoin ETFs will receive approval in the near future. Most likely candidates, XRP and Solana. So don't give up hope yet. This is the liquidity event we've been waiting for years. The ETFs, the treasury companies, is going to bring so much money into altcoins at the top, and money will flow down to the bottom. The conditions for a major altcoin breakout are quietly stacking up, but the full rotation has definitely not kicked in yet. Bitcoin is still leading. Dominance remains high, and Ethereum still has not hit a new all-time high. Okay? That said, the charts are coiled. Volume is rising, and institutional interest in altcoins is starting to show up in very interesting places and interesting ways. Yeah, there's no full-blown altcoin season today, and probably not tomorrow either, but the groundwork is definitely being laid, and you have to ask yourself the question, would you rather buy the top or would you rather buy relatively low? Because it's not too late to get positioned on some coins. Some coins it's feeling a bit late, but still, it's not too late to get positioned on some coins that still have huge upside left. And don't forget, rate cuts, altcoin ETFs, this stuff's not even priced into the market yet, and that stuff's coming, okay? So patience isn't just smart in this market, it's necessary. The best days of the market cycle are still ahead of us. And I know PTSD is telling you, gosh darn, something's up a few percent, I need to get out now. And hey, you know what? Again, always cool to take profits. That's fine, but keep in mind that where we're going is likely going to be significantly higher. And anybody telling you that altcoins outside of the top 10 are not going to have big moves isn't paying attention, because when the money starts flowing into the top and coins like XRP get too expensive, people start looking for the next XRP, the next Solana, the next Ethereum, the next Bitcoin. And where do they go? They go down the charts and they start pumping all the coins. Happens every time. Thanks for watching.